Hey, this is Snowblitz.
Six String.
Starlight Ironhoof.
Forest Rain.
And Zeta Prime.
And this is Elements of Harmony. Tonight on the show, Elements of Harmony has reached into the dark recesses of the fandom, where songs are mercilessly chopped and mashed with Smashmouth, and a group called the Bad Mares backs a Broadway-inspired musical madman whose music can only be described as progressive Pittsburgh rock opera indie. We dare to host a live interview with the brilliantly talented Jeff Burgess, also known as DJ Hackamore, and Julian Moon, and he joins us here, live, tonight.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Smashmouth.
We're doing it live. I don't know.
Hey now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our very first for real interview. We've done plenty of album premieres and stuff like that, but this is going to be, besides of BronyCon, our first actual live interview. In fact, later on in the show, we'll even do a fan interview.
Interaction. Yes, interaction.
Fan interaction.
Just, can you please cut that? Let's redo that.
Can you cut it?
Let's go back.
Start over.
Oh,
All
boo
right.
to you, Bosch.
Oh wait, we're live.
You're not allowed to boo us.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do
Of
now?
course, you didn't know we were live. How dare you?
Air because Larsus can't cut that either.
Into the interview.
Yep.
Hi, Julian. Oh, I should
Hi,
probably,
hello.
Yeah, he's still
I
Mando.
should change your
Panini.
name from Mando Panini.
Yeah, let's get rid of that,
Probably.
please.
Okay,
Well, you don't have to.
There we go.
cut that out.
All right. So, this is what live is like. Anyway, we
I
decided
know
to do
what live is like.
we decided to do a live interview with Julian because he's one of the few people in the fandom that could probably handle it, and it's gonna keep us on our toes.
Keep you on the tips of your
Maybe even heels.
So Julian is joining
Yeah.
us from the middle of a field.
Yeah, hello.
I feel like we need a picture.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
But yeah.
Can you take a selfie and then upload it as your Skype image?
I can. I'm gonna do that.
That'd
All
be
right.
wonderful.
So while Julian's
Yes.
doing
Can you
that,
just do it like in the middle of the field just so we can see what's in the background?
exactly, yeah. There's like some creepy
Well-
dude behind the tree.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Ohio.
With long arms and tentacles coming out from his back.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
why do you keep bringing me back to Slenderman, man?
Because Slenderman's awesome.
Yeah, dude, you're
yes.
totally.
That's like
yeah.
down in Alabama or something.
Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas.
I don't know. Can you talk while you're taking a selfie?
Yeah.
All right. So
Sweet.
So real
Technology these days.
quick. So real quick for the people that aren't aware of your intrinsically charming personality, tell us who Julian Moon is.
Julian Moon is me. That's who I am. Hello. It's so good to be here. But for me, it was a slave ship taking me back to America in chains. And when I get nervous, I quote Titanic. And I'll never let go, Jack. I will never let go.
That's officially my
That
favorite.
really
moment
makes
we've
my heart
ever
go on.
had.
Tim. Are we doing this?
Yes.
Yes.
No, we're
Yes,
not.
this is my favorite interview ever.
Oh,
Now draw me like one of your French girls.
Oh
Gosh,
my God.
dang it.
It's
You
actually
too.
way harder to take this photo than I thought. It's hard to really capture the fact that I'm in a field.
Have you tried the Flash?
The flash illuminates me, but not really the field.
You need a
Flash
long,
is the worst
a long
superhero.
exposure.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Oh, I can't do that.
I was gonna say, can you adjust your exposure on your phone?
No.
This is
You
Elements
should.
of Selfies with the EOH crew and Julian Moon.
So what
Hey,
you
we
want
found
to
a
do
title.
is you want to adjust the
Selfie.
exposure so that the white actually does not look like just white. It has to look like a soft. No, Dustin, you shut your mouth.
That's true.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, for
So-
those watching this on YouTube, I don't know why you would be, because we're awesome. I was yelling at the IRC.
Oh.
I apologize for nothing.
I
Except
wasn't.
for the confusion.
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention to the IRC, and there it is.
No, I
Dustin
wasn't
saying,
either.
"Hey,
You
six
shut
string,
your
shut
mouth.
your mouth."
I just see Roxness saying, "Let me take a selfie."
Oh.
Selfie.
Is that what it sounds like now?
Yeah.
Everyone say,
Anyway.
"Let me take a selfie on ah."
Hey.
Anyway.
Go song.
But
Okay.
yeah, okay, so selfies aside, what kind of stuff do you do musically? Or how would you
well-
describe what you do musically?
I've done a lot of music over the years, and I love music, and I love every aspect of music. But what I have been doing recently is I've been sort of refining my genre, and I'm slipping into sort of two main styles. Ooh, that's a bad selfie. And mostly the project that I'm about to debut tonight is a lot of electro rock, and I don't really know if that's the proper genre to call it, but the idea is that I have, and so does everybody else, has indie band syndrome, where you can't find a drummer, and so I was like, what's the best way to fix this? And for a while I thought, I'll just use fake drums, but they never quite sound right, and so I was like, wait, why don't I just like start learning how to make like EDM beats? And so that's what I'm starting to do, is just write the same rock songs I've always written, but have EDM inspire the beats, because EDM is so much more fun than rock. Even though rock really like pumps your heart up with fire, EDM is just so much fun. So it's like, why can't I combine both of those? And so that's what I'm trying to do now.
Well, unfortunately, you're on the wrong show to talk about EDM. We're all pretty stupid about it.
I will say that EDM has never broken a floor in the fandom. I mean, no, not EDM. Rock has never broken a floor in the fandom.
No, it has not.
EDM has broken a stage, yes.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it's broken the stage, broken the floor, create earthquakes. Yeah,
Broken a lot
set
of
off
hearts.
Geiger counters. Wrong meter.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet if
It
somebody
was so
wrote some
intense that
radioactive.
everybody just went
That would be
radioactive.
some lobs there.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you've got
Richter scale.
some
That's
nice
what
bass and some nice things going on in the treble and some gamma. It's
No, but, okay, so Julian, you didn't start out EDM, obviously.
No, and I would not call myself EDM, but I would say that I do take inspiration from EDM. But I've never felt that I ever fit into any genre, but I like to think that now I'm really, for the first time, getting into forging my own path of genre, and I'm sure there's other people doing the same thing now because there's so many people. But I just like having fun with music, but I also like writing really cool songs. So whenever I would go to EDM shows, it's like I want to have this much fun, but I also want to like do wicked guitar solos, and it's like that can happen.
Yeah, that's how it should
Yeah,
be.
definitely.
That
the
really
thing
is. Should.
And you said EDM is now certainly influencing your music. Is there anybody specific you can think and within who makes EDM that you think has really influenced your music specifically?
No, and I guess I could talk for this for a couple hours, but I'll limit it to like a minute. There's this two of my favorite genres are EDM and punk, and my selfie just uploaded. I'll link you in the chat.
fantastic.
Two of my favorite genres are EDM and punk, and people always start talking to me. They're like, "Oh, do you know this guy, or do you know this punk band?" And the thing about those two genres and why they're one of my favorites is that punk recorded and EDM recorded are nowhere. They're missing half of the point of the genre, and half of the point is the live experience. So I just skip right ahead, and I just only bother to experience those genres live, and it makes it such a more visceral experience to me. And I don't put down anybody who doesn't only do that live, but for me it's like for me energy is half of the music.
So that is to say that when you go to experience this music, you don't ever listen to it in a recorded form. You actually always go to concerts.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I don't ever. I mean, sometimes I hear it, but it's not something that I pay attention to artists. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, punk show, okay, here I go, or oh, hey, a bunch of different people are playing at a rave, I'm gonna go dance.
That's interesting, actually. That it's not the artist that actually draws you; it's the experience itself.
Yeah, and then with the rock genres, I get way more into specific artists and styles. So, but I tend not to go to rock shows because, I mean, there's this like American dream of what a rock show is, but it's not really that anymore. And I don't know, rock shows don't really do it for me in the way that punk or EDM do, because they really bring energy to it. And rock seems to have lost that energy. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just listening. Yeah. So,
but
I
what
don't
about
want to
a
say
rock
how
do
long
agree
it's
with
been
that.
since I've been to a rock show, but the last rock show I went to was incredible. But like I said, it's been a long time, so I don't know what it's like anymore. It saddens me to hear that.
Yeah. In all honesty,
not as bad.
Go Snow.
man, I'm not saying
No.
it's bad.
No, well,
like if I'm gonna spend money on concert tickets, I really want to have an experience.
Yeah, true.
well, the last concert that I went to was, I think it was like 2 years ago. I saw Rise Against, that band. I really like them. Rise Against is
I like them
awesome
too, yeah.
live.
What kind of venue was it like,
And
though? Was it
every-
giant or was it small?
It was a good size, like a good amount of people. Probably about
Yeah.
I'm guessing, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000. I'm guessing that's not that bad.
It's like
That's not
BronyCon
bad.
size.
I
Bronypalooza
guess,
size.
yeah. I don't know. It was in Madison Square Garden, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty big.
That
Yeah,
is a
that's-
pretty
Yeah,
big
Madison
venue.
Square Garden
I don't know. I
is
can't
not
get
a
the numbers.
medium-sized
I'm in the-
venue.
No,
It's so
I'm not
dark
saying
in there.
numbers. I'm saying venue size. So
Yeah.
like it was in a stadium, so it was
No,
huge.
it was in
It can
Madison
Not
accommodate
Square
just a
Elton John,
stadium,
but-
the garden.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Are you calling Elton John fat?
I have this.
No,
Well,
what I was
Tim-
gonna say though.
Tim had something too, just before Six jumps in, but
Okay.
Oh, well, I was just. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I made a comment. Even Rush concerts have those lost the experience? Because I saw them a couple years ago. It was pretty incredible.
No, Rush is really good because they're performers. Like
Oh,
through
yeah.
and through.
Rush is Rush.
They're
I mean,
huge
yeah.
performers.
And I've heard Kiss still gives really good performances too.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
believe
it's true. Like, there's just not a lot of good rock shows like that anymore.
No.
No, and
Ozfest-
what I was gonna say is that
Ozfest is doing stuff,
my
though.
favorite ones are actually small venues where you can actually
Exactly,
get right up on
yeah.
stage and not get murdered by all the. I'm going to use the word fanboys, but it's like the diehard fans who are like, oh, only true fans up front. I almost got my lights punched out by some guy at a Judas Priest concert. He was wearing like full biker gear and pushed past me and was like, get out of my way, punk. And I was like, okay.
Well,
wow.
I don't want no trouble. But yeah, I really do like small venues, though. They're awesome.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get a lot more personal with the band. You can, I mean, this is really gross, but you get the one guy with super long hairs headbanging and he gets his sweat all over you. And it's
Oh, you get the long bang hair.
it's awesome in the moment. And then you go home and you're like,
like a wet
Fuck,
mob that's just like
Seven
hitting
Nation
you.
Army.
There you
I'm
go.
sounding Canadian.
It's because you're so
back when I went
close.
and saw Powder
Oh, yeah.
Burn in a bar, it was like that. It was fantastic.
I just put up Julian's selfie in the viewer here.
I'll take a
oh,
selfie.
sweet.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Now everybody favorite and retweet
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what to do because it's just I'm in a field, so it's just darkness.
It looks
Wait,
like
no,
the rest
there's
of
something
Ohio
behind
in
you.
that picture.
Nothing.
Oh man. Yeah.
I feel like
that's
something should
Ohio
be
for you.
next to him.
It's Ohio.
Yeah.
Should be.
I
Look
feel
to
like
the right.
Please stop freaking out the guest. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what was the other thing that I was going to ask?
Are you?
Oh,
Are you
yeah. Let's jump back. Like, you said that you started like doing stuff with music a while ago. What was your first experience with music? I mean, like instrument
With making
wise,
it?
yeah, or even
Well,
just learning about it. Like,
I learned to play guitar back when I was a little bit.
we can talk about stuff. Yay!
Yes, we can.
It's been a while since we've had a
can.
guitarist on the show. I'm
It was
excited.
It
I'm
was the
sorry.
ship
Staring
of
thing.
dreams.
Good
but For
God.
me, it was a slave ship taking me back to America in chains. But no, I started playing guitar when I was in the single digits, and oh god, that picture is horrifying. And I was really into, and these people, I was really into Logan Whitehurst, who I'm sure none of you have ever heard of, but he was a comedy artist who, very sadly, he died at 30 of brain cancer in 2006. But for the longest time, he was like my biggest musical inspiration, and he made. I hesitate to call it comedy songs because when you think comedy, you think like Weird Al style songs. But he did songs that were funny, but they weren't jokes. Like he would do like songs about like a lizard and fish like making plans to escape from a pet store, where it's funny but there's no joke, and that really inspired me. And so,
No.
What?
Wait, what just happened?
What? Am
Something
I here?
Okay,
Yeah.
someone just dropped. I thought you dropped because you went quiet and Skype blue booped. I'm so sorry.
Quiet,
Okay, continue.
six.
It's only
Oh,
it's only snow. It's fine.
I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying. I'm gonna have to up my Titanic quote game before this day's over. But anyway, the first music I made like 3 or 4 albums of comedy music in that style, and it's cringeworthy. It's not necessarily bad, but I mean, I was like 10 to 12 while making this, so I look back at it in an endearing way, and even though it is terrible, but you know, I always tell everybody who asks me how to write good lyrics, I'm like, well, spend the next few years writing really bad lyrics, and then eventually your lyrics will get good.
Oh yeah,
That
I have written so many trite, horrible lyrics.
Zeta?
It kind of reminds me about how, like, with artists, it says it's like every artist has 1,000 bad drawings in their arm. They just got to keep drawing until they get them all out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could almost say that with like lyrics.
It's
That'd be a good thing to talk about if we ever do a CIC thingy.
It seems obvious to me that this this early kind of comedy thing is kind of stuck with you throughout your stuff and is present in your well, a lot of your work, but interestingly present in your Jeff Burgess and the Bad Mares stuff.
Yeah.
But in sort of in some cases, in sort of a subtle way.
Yeah, well, I think it's fair to say that style of music and what I learned from how to write songs from Logan Whitehurst, which I would recommend anybody who wants to learn how to write songs, just listen to the discography of Logan Whitehurst in order, and it's just a masterclass. But that basically taught me how to use music to tell a story, and once I stopped trying to make the stories funny, I think that had a profound impact on how I write music, because I don't like to write songs unless they tell some sort of a story. And I think I've told Jeff how much I low that song like ... I don't know so many times. I'm reading the chat, by the way.
Oh,
Okay. I was like, what
That was
is this?
that was from
Like, what are you
Fritzy.
doing?
Yeah,
Fritzy said
Fritzy.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, from Fritzy
Yeah.
B. I like that guy.
he
Fritzy
loves
good.
that song. I love that song too. I mean,
What song?
we all love that song.
yeah. You know that one song that you just low?
That song
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
I
love.
love that.
I
I love
love
that. Oh, don't come
It's
back.
it's funny that you talk about the sort of narrative in music, because that's something that that I found interesting about Everfree, is that Everfree a lot of the time writes music sort of with like a background narrative, as much as he might not agree with that. It seems that every single song he comes out with has some sort of narrative under it, and I found that for me, songs that are narrative are actually easier to write almost. But like they always seem to be more meaningful.
I completely agree.
Is that?
Well, you know what? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is that like a lyrical device that you've used in order to overcome what do you call it? Brain fart.
Writer's block.
Yeah, that one.
Well, I
Oh,
don't know how to write songs that don't tell stories. So I have no way. There have been times when I've been very sad, and it's like, why can't I just make some upbeat song about, you know, throwing your hands in the air that gets 1 million views? Like, why can't I do that? Like,
Because
I
then
don't
you'd
know
be
how.
Miley Cyrus.
And no, hey, I love Miley Cyrus.
It's
I'm a
really
big-
hard to write what you're not feeling, though.
yeah, true.
Exactly, and
It is hard.
I have the deepest respect for people who write pop songs, because I don't know how you do it, because they all seem so similar to me, and yet I really love pop music, because it makes people smile, and it warms up your heart, and that's nice. I really like that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely good. Smiling.
Well, pop
smiling
songs
is
are
fun.
kind of interesting too, especially how they like tell their stories, because I can't remember. Oh, like Taylor Swift, she wrote so many songs about like so many boyfriends that she broke up with and whatnot, and like
But that goes back to writing about what you know, which is always my biggest problem. When I sit down to write a song, I can't write a song unless I'm specifically inspired about something. Like, that's why Great to Be
Taylor
Different
Swift.
exists, is because I actually had experience like that. And like other things are just kind of like flippant nothingness that is just kind of put into a song.
I don't know. Join the Herd was kind of like, every brony's narrative.
Yeah,
it really
which
was
is-
how
which
we
is-
all joined the fandom.
Which is what
Not
I
me.
wanted from it, but I couldn't write it. I had to get somebody else to write it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was written by a friend of mine from Rainbow Dash Network called Axel Gunn.
I'm Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow
Really?
Dash.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
Was a dark day when I lost my faith.
Zeta had a statement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, kind of like going back to that, story narrative and music is, Steel Chords. He actually writes fan fictions, and he says that that kind of really helps him writing his music, and I can definitely see how that could kind of inspire you, because we just not long ago did that whole album premiere of tons and tons and tons of songs that were all on Fallout Equestria.
Yep.
70 songs just based on
Yeah.
Project Horizons. It was...
that was ridiculous. That
Fan
was
fictions
insane.
are huge inspiration for music.
Yeah.
And so I think a musician that writes fan fictions, I think that would really help.
P1K wrote an entire album about fan fictions too. He was completely inspired by it. So one of the things I wanted to move into, since it's getting close to a song break, or it's actually past due for a song break, but
Yeah, it's past.
one of the things I wanted to talk about was the smash up stuff, which I don't know if I should do a verbal introduction to, or if I should just play something.
Oh God, which
play it.
smash-up are you gonna play?
Oh,
Which smash-up? Play?
Oh, I came up with something. So I'm gonna go over here so you can see the titles of these, but you can see these are the various smash up albums by DJ Hackamore, and I'm gonna play us a little something here
Hey guys, it's
So
DJ Hackamore.
so that we can get a sense as to what these smash up albums are like.
Oh
I
no.
love
working
this
on
album.
some pony parodies lately that I think are going to be pretty popular, and I just wanted to showcase some demos for you first before I go any further. So this first one is called "I Need a Brony." Where have all the gentlemen gone who don't believe in gods? Where's the intellectual who sometimes will wear paws? Isn't there a white knight who can save me from the trolls? Someone who shares my interests and will be there for my soul. I need a brony. I'm holding out for a brony till the end of the night.
Everybody seems so famous. My tummy turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and it changes on the road. So I put my hands up to play my song and know I'm gonna be okay. You shut it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much.
Okay, so this next one is really rough. All I have is like the chorus, but it's called "Locked in the Friend Zone." Cause your hooves take me to paradise. Yeah, your little pony hooves are a paradise. And your hooves won't touch me. Cause you make me feel like I've been locked in the brain zone of your hooves, of your hooves.
Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star. What the hell was that?
I heard that last part before. I heard it as soon as it came. I'm like,
Julian, what the hell was that?
Hey guys, it's DJ Hackamore here, and I hope you like my Tony parodies. Like and subscribe. My YouTube is youtube.com/5everfreebronyboyxdkc12 at zanga.com.
Okay, so now that
It
we've
already didn't work. I'm out of commission. You guys talk.
now that we've heard a sample of all three of those albums, describe a little bit about how that began and what the hell that was.
I've always been a very big fan of mashups, and when Neil Cicierega, known for Lemon Demon, started doing mashups of All Star with pop songs, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, because not only did the songs make All Star better, but they made the other songs better too. And it was like, how can you take a song like All Star and make it really good? So I had this idea of like, I'm just going to take All Star and put it on as much Pony music as possible. And that's basically the first album, is just All Star, just on top of Pony music. And then that actually taught me a little bit about mashups and how to do them. And I thought they were funny and they made me laugh. So I did the second album, where I tried to go a little bit more experimental. And there's 2 tracks on there that are actually Madian style mashups that are actually pretty complex and I think really interesting. But the rest of them are all sort of SoundCloud style humorous things. And then, so for the most recent album, I locked myself in my room for 4 days and drank a bunch of okay, I don't remember what I'm not allowed to say, so I'm just gonna say that I locked myself in my room for 4 days, and 4 days later I emerged with this mashup album, which I honestly think it's disgustingly terrible, and yet all of the songs are listenable, and some of them actually get pretty complex, and I really like it. And there's 4 Smashmouth related Easter eggs on the album that nobody has found yet. So, but in terms of
All Star or other
no,
Smashmouth songs?
No, the most recent album has 0 All Star at all. And
Wow.
and in terms of mashups, they've actually, I've been in a very transformative period of my life recently. Like right now, I didn't expect that I would be sitting out in the field looking up at the stars, but it's very beautiful, and I'm so happy to have this memory. But making mashups has taught me so much about music, and taught me so much about how to combine the genres and feelings that I wanted to, because making mashups is not only such an interesting way to combine genre, but it forces you to work with really strict limitations of the fact that everything has to come from somewhere. Like it's like there's this one song, Generous Griffin, where I'm using the bass riff from Birth in Reverse by St. Vincent, who everybody should look up. St. Vincent, she's beautiful, and she's a very rare and talented bird. And but the bass riff didn't fit melodically, so it's like, I really love the tone of this bass riff, but I have to go through and I have to auto-tune it to make every note fit. And it's like, at that point, why am I not just recording my own bass? It's because that's part of the limitation of the mashup, is that this is the bass I want. I have to make it fit somehow. And there's this really interesting thought process you go through when you have these self-imposed limitations, and you're like, I need something here. So you start going through your database of songs that you have, and you're like, oh, maybe this would fit. And then you're thinking of songs on such a micro level that you're like listening to just one way that an artist happens to sing a line of melody, because you're like, ooh, I have this weird click sound here. I need to cover that up somehow. I need like a vocalization. Maybe when Tarby's like, what you hope no, that doesn't work. Maybe when he's like, it's a boop. No, that doesn't quite work either. Oh, this really works. And then at the end of the day, you have these really, really, really cool things, and it changes the whole way you think about making music and composing. And mashups are the future. Everybody should make mashups. Everybody.
So,
well, I've got to say, the Great to Be Different one was absolutely beautiful.
Actually,
I almost caught my breath, and then that one happened, and I just fell over.
There is actually the one that comes after that in that album is worse, but it's called Different Girls. You should check it out. But I wanted to play one of the mashups from the album you just released on Saturday, which, by the way, y'all missed Julian's album release of Winter Smashup at over on Celestia Radio on Saturday. Which was lots of fun, actually. It was so
much fun.
It was great to see everybody reacting to stuff and just kind of rocking out at the weirdest things. But this was one of my favorites from the night, and I just wanted to play a little bit of it here, maybe a minute or two, and just see if you had any comments on this one in particular.
She's all that I want, and I've waited for so long. Button, can't you see that she's just the man for me? I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Button's mom. Button's mom has got it going on. She's all that I want, and I've waited for so long. Button, can't you see that she's just the man for me? I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Button's mom. Button's mom has got it going on. She's all that I want, and I've waited for so long. Button, can't you see that she's just the man for me? I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Button's mom. They say I need some rogaine to put in my hair. Work it out at the gym to fit my underwear. You hate for the kids to think that you lost your cool. I'ma do the things that I wanna do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I leave my candy with the pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene. I ain't gonna wear the clothes that you like. I ain't happy with the me inside. One look in the mirror and don't take the fake. I don't give a hoot about what you think. Button's mom has got it going on. She's all that I want, and I'm waiting for so long. Button, can't you see that she's just the man for me?
That's from Winter Smashup. That's
I mean,
Mom.
that's a mashup?
That was a lot of fun.
That was, yeah. Can I just say that I've lost all of my crap and all of the hope of ever finding it again? it's just gone.
Just go eat a Chinese buffet or something.
Oh no,
I would
no,
love-
nothing can make me recover from this.
So Julian, tell us a little bit about what went into that.
Well, I guess I'll give away one of the... It's hard to talk about the production of this album seriously, and I would love to, without divulging one of the Smashmouth Easter eggs. And since it's the easiest one, and nobody bothered to find it yet, I will show it off. And let me load up the Hackamore Bandcamp Winter Smashup. So if you look at the first letter of every song, it spells out "somebody once told me," and so this was not.
Oh my god!
Heck, you're like the Leonardo da Vinci of the Brony
So we're
fandom.
just gonna, yeah, I know, right? We're just gonna load this
Now
up
this-
and show people so that they can see.
That can be that's something that people laugh at, for like a second, but it required 4 days of work to figure out how to make the album happen like that, because I had a couple limitations that I wanted. I wanted each song title to be one word. I wanted it to actually relate to the song. I wanted it to spell out somebody once told me, which meant that not only did each related one-word title have to have a certain letter in a certain order, there had to be exactly 18 songs, and I wanted all of the songs to transition into each other. So
Yeah, that sounds like the hardest
in
part.
some way, they all had to. Yeah. So there were points where basically what I did is I wrote down all the letters in order, and I was like, all right, what are just some basic ideas? And I actually wrote down for M, I wrote down Mom as a possible title because I'm a big fan of Cat's Millionaire, who makes music now under the name Mom. And I was like, oh, maybe I could mash up a Mom song with something. And then I was thinking about it, and then I was like, wait a minute, P1K, he has the acapella of Buttons Mom somewhere. Maybe that would mash up with a Cat song. And so I put it into the thing. I figure out the BPM and the key, and I'm like, okay, what else is in this? What else is this BPM? Let me figure that out first. What else is 150 beats per minute? So I go to a website and I type in songs that are 150 beats per minute, and it comes up with one of the first results is Call Me Maybe. I love Call Me Maybe. And I'm like, oh my God, I wonder what key Call Me Maybe is in. And I was like, I'm like singing it in my head and I know it'll work. It's all a matter of figuring out the key at this point. So I'm like, Buttons Mom starts in B flat. Call Me Maybe starts in C. I can make that happen. So I put it in and immediately just it's working, and I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Pitched up
and
Buttons
then,
Mom.
yeah, and then the chorus plays through, and it's like, well, this is nice, and I'm just sort of. There always comes a point in a mashup where I'm like, what should I do next? And I just put the loop of whatever I'm working with on repeat, and I just start singing different songs to it, and then just Pork and Beans comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, I wonder if that would work, and then turns out it's like in the same tempo, and I'm like, okay, well, this has to go here. And at the end of the day, my final contribution to it was like, how do I make this transition? Because it doesn't work just going into Buttons Mom. And then I don't know what remembered it, but I remembered that really sad song from Rugrats in Paris, I Want a Mom That Will Last Forever. It's like, and I was like, oh, I can just put that at the beginning.
Oh.
I also heard Hey
song's
Soul
so sad.
Sister in there too.
Yeah, that was the result of this thing that making Madeon style mashups taught me, which was you can repeat the same thing over and over, but if you change enough that your brain notices a change, it will stay refreshing. So I'm like, how do I do this course again, but make something different? And I'm just like, well, there's a gap here. I got to fill it in. What's a little thing? So I'm playing it on repeat and I'm singing. It's like, Buttons Mom, hey, soul sister. That'll work. Does it fit the key? Yes, it does. Throw it in there. And it's
kind of a
really
musical
interesting
gumbo.
Yeah, it's this really interesting process of like, I have all the songs in the world I could possibly put in here. Which one is gonna fit?
So I just wanted to remind people that you are watching Elements of Harmony on Everfree Video over on Everfree Network, and we do have a song that we will be featuring for the first time. A collaboration with Elie Monty with Julian. However, before that, Tim has had something he's wanted to talk about for forever. Did you want me to play a little bit of the song just to sort of show it?
Yes.
Or is there a part of the song that I should play? I've never heard the song.
The whole song.
We don't have time for play the whole song.
We don't have time for the whole
It's
song.
a 4-minute song!
Well,
it's a pretty long song. It's got
just
two
pick
bridges.
The verse you like.
yeah, just do it from like the chorus.
Play the second bridge.
The second bridge. What?
There's two bridges.
Don't know the
I need a
timestamps
time.
for these. So.
Oh my god. All right. This is.
I don't know if we're
I
talking
guess
about
you're just
the
gonna
same
have
song.
to play the whole thing until you get to the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play it. All right, so we're listening to it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a cold, dark world in which we're living, and it takes some time to get things right. If you feel dark, cold, and unforgiving, it may take a sip to see the light.
Yes, I'll be your berry punch.
Hey.
I think I was drunk on an
No,
elevator
kiss.
at TrotCon and said that to you.
Wow. What-
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. Well, it
Aw.
happened.
I
Hey,
feel like
I would love to talk about Berry Punch. I just want to point out that Elie Monty just accidentally uploaded the song,
Oh,
Oh, no.
we should
So
probably-
don't
no,
tune
you have
into
to be
it.
first.
so we should probably play that first
Okay.
and then.
Don't
Yeah.
you dare look
I
at it
mean,
until we play it.
If they're tuned in here, they're not gonna look that well. They might, but
Well, now that we've mentioned it.
yeah. Now that we met,
Yeah.
you completely ruined the surprise.
Now they're gonna do it just to spite us. Fine, do it. See if we care.
So,
Real quick,
Yeah,
I have a question about that song, about
to
the
sit here and talk about Berry Punch.
about the
What's
Elie
up?
Monty song.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about narrative, and because I was working on a video for this song for this show, I couldn't help but think about like several possible narratives for it. So I was wondering if it was inspired by anything in particular, or if you had your own narrative for it, or what.
Well, why don't you tell me what you think the narrative is, and then I'll share what I think the narrative is.
Well, if that's the case, then we should just listen to it.
We
'cause the
should
video-
listen to it before we do that.
Well
but
then.
real quick,
yeah, I
Tim,
think
Yeah.
so.
Tim,
Yeah,
you
we
wanted to
should
talk
really-
about Berry Punch.
Yes.
Well-
please.
yeah, I mean, it's just a really fantastic song, and I was wondering what your influences for that were.
To be honest, the cover of The Note, I think the Kinks did a cover of The Note, an acoustic cover, and that was my inspiration for that.
Okay.
Or maybe it was called The Letter. The Letter.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Wait.
Waiting.
Hold on.
The letter.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
We're live.
But yeah, I know.
No, go ahead. No, you guys talk. I'm going to.
I have a
do what
question for Tim,
suggest,
then.
and
That
I'm
was-
going to.
Wait, what's your question for Tim?
Why do all of
Yeah,
your stories say one time when I was
it's not the
drunk?
Kinks.
Or why do they
Well-
always start with that?
I think
I'm
we
gonna
know
be honest,
this.
I don't remember the band.
I do. I'm trying to
Because
let him
I'm the
think about it.
fandom's Berry Punch,
Yes.
and that's why I love this song. And when I saw it come out, I was just like, "This is the best song ever."
It is very nice.
What?
It is.
There's
That dog barking?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a dog or
No, it's Spike. It's your profile picture. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I just did
I'm
a
actually
search.
Are you
Really?
okay out there?
It's your field. I mean,
Oh
it's,
my
it's
gosh.
his field.
Okay, wait. Julian, did you see the thing that Bash posted in the
This
Sky
dog
chat?
is like right next to me. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I'm sure he saw it because he was mentioned in that tweet.
Oh, he tweeted
So-
it.
so-
I'm not on Twitter, so.
Oh my god. So while Julian is escaping the feral
Oh
dog,
god. Very scary.
or being attacked by the feral dog,
I have a fear of dogs, though. This is actually very scary.
this is the end of Julian as we know it.
Okay, I'm in a garage now.
There's a garage conveniently located
Just
in
a
the field.
random garage.
It's like he has his phone. He's like, all right, I buried my kid.
If you
I buried
see
it
the
in
piece of paper,
garage."
don't pick it up.
Oh boy. But you know, it's funny. Berry Punch was an interesting song. Like I've never heard that before, but like it was very interestingly done. Like it kind of reminded me a little bit of the bar scene that we did for the April Fool's special, just in the sense that it seems kind of live. Like it sounds as if it was
Yeah.
recorded live almost.
Well, one of the things I like
gotta-
about it is it's really folky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a mid '60s vibe from it, like '64 to '66, that kind of rock.
I think the dog went away, but thank you. I really appreciate that.
Did you abort that fast?
I don't know who the cover of the note, and I don't know if it's called the note or the letter. You know what?
Yeah. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's called The Letter, and I can't find any reference to the Kinks doing it.
No, it wasn't the Kinks. I can't remember who it was.
The original was by the Box Tops. If it's The Letter,
So
But no, it's not the original. It's it's
The
the
acoustic
cover that
version?
inspired. Yeah, and I thought it was. I don't know who it was. It's one of those bands, one of those indie bands, I think.
One of those indie bands.
Okay.
that explains everything.
Yeah. That narrows it down so much.
So
Oh no, it was
Good luck.
called The Look.
Oh wow, that is a completely different song.
Yeah, that is neither a note or a letter.
I just heard him cry, "Oh no!" And I'm like, "Did the dog sneak in and bite your foot?" Oh boy!
I just love it though that his avatar is Spike the dog.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Sparking.
go figure.
Unrelated note:
question
Spike the
is,
dog is
who
so
did
much
the
better than
cover?
Spike the dragon.
So
I'm sorry, I'm really distracted. Larsis typed Stargate in this Skype call, and now I'm just thinking Stargate.
this is what happens during a live show.
We should probably go into a song.
I know, right?
Probably go ahead and go to our song.
Yeah, let's
For the people
Yeah,
that
let's-
tune in, for the people that tune in, this is the craziness that we have to deal with every time we actually record one of these shows, and then either me or Larsis has to sit through listening to it again in order to cut it down.
Larsis yells at
So
us.
yeah. So if you guys like live shows like this where you have crazy feral dogs and guests doing interviews in fields, then let us know. And
It was the Kooks.
we're gonna go into the song that we're featuring tonight. We're premiering it despite Elie Monty's trigger finger. But Parchi wanted to talk about it real quick. Since Parchi
Well,
did develop a video for
I did mention it already that we were going to discuss its narrative, but we got to get it played quick, man.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta hurry before Elie gets.
We can discuss the narrative after.
All right. So here we go.
Because
This is Rarity, I Will Always Miss Us.
When we met, you conquered me. I was alone, and I built in my retreat a wall of stone, and I never had the chance to say why I felt I was right at home. There was comfort in my cage. The sunshine through and taught me how to quell my rage, how to stay cool, and I never thought I'd see a day when I was without you. But things can't be the same, there's no one to blame. We sang and so it goes, and so from here. I chose myself an avatar of equine form. I chose to be a shining star inside a storm, but I never meant to find a way where I was lost to broken hearts. But things can't be the same, there's no one to blame. We sang and so it goes, and so from here, who knows? You believe in magic, I find you so tragic. Love turned into stardust, or have I gone the farthest? I will always miss us. What have I become? I'm frozen to the core. Why can't I find a place that's mine? Things can't be the same, there's no one to blame. We sang and so it goes, and so from here, who knows? You believe in magic, I find you so tragic. Love turned into stardust, or have I gone the farthest? You believe in magic.
tell us.
Yeah.
So, Parchi, tell us what you kind of. thought
Well,
about
I
the
mean,
narrative.
I got a lot of different vibes from it, but there was just so much about regret and mistakes and stuff that I just felt I had to make it about Celestia banishing Luna, and that's why the video that you got was what you got there.
I think I liked that video. That was very cool.
Props.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I figured out how to tie particle effects into audio for a change, so that's something new and different this
And
time.
I saw a lot of people saying that Celestia's hair was on fire.
I forgot
I
to watch
moved her
the
into
video.
the foreground so that wouldn't. You can find it in the Skype chat there, Tim.
Okay.
So Julian, tell us about your thoughts on the narrative then.
This is part of my saga. This is I originally wrote it. The idea was that it was sort of spiritual sequel, but then I remembered that Vinyl Scratch dies at the end of Autumn Nights, and I burst.
What?
I kind of burst into
By the way,
tears
spoiler
when
alert.
when I was listening to the final mix, because I realized that this isn't Vinyl's song at all. This is Octavia, who, meanwhile, if you listen to Autumn Nights, you spend this whole album really rooting for Vinyl, but realistically, like, she got really drunk and she went crazy and couldn't handle this relationship, and in the end she was the reason that it couldn't hold together. And that's what Octavia is really saying in this song, is that it's like, hey, I can't handle you anymore, and I'm gonna miss what we were, but we can't ever have that again.
Sad.
That's very potent.
Yeah.
And some people were asking in the chat about the name of the song, because Monty didn't quite put it right. This is the first single from my new project called Rarity. Rarity is the band, and the point is the point of Rarity the band is twofold. The idea is that, like, I don't ever want to be a solo artist, because that would be a misnomer, because all the people in songs and behind the scenes of songs who help me out. And at the same time, this idea of collaboration and really bringing in people who can do things better than I can to help me out and learn from each other on track. And then the second half of Rarity, the band, is this idea of brony music that you can play for your non-brony friends. I think as a fandom, we are maturing and looking to the future. I can't make songs about horses forever, but what I can do is make songs that you guys can enjoy if you're familiar with the show and the narrative, but also make them not explicitly reference ponies, so that you can still be like, hey, friend, check out this cool song, and have that musical connection with somebody else in a way that isn't closed because they don't know what horses are.
That's an underlying sort of trope with a lot of pony music. That it's also something that I believe Everfree Brony pointed out, in that he likes to try to incorporate the pony stuff into these songs, but not have them specifically pony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in order to
where you don't
expand
have
the
to
audience.
get the pony to get it, but you don't have to eliminate the pony to make it accessible to non-pony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It works and it's effective, so it works for both people that are bronies and non-bronies, so it works.
So was that our little snippet of Tech Talk?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
we
go
only
with
have
that.
like 3 minutes left in the show.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
Well, we
could
had
go
tech
over if
talk
we
about the
want.
mashups, so there we go.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
did,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah, we
just
did.
did our show all out of order.
But we did want to do the IRC asks questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
the
few-
question.
All right, guys, you have 30 seconds. Go.
A few people did send in questions already, which I posted in the chat if anybody paid attention to that. But
I didn't.
Did not.
No, I saw
Okay,
it.
well,
like, we have
the
a
really
chat
new mob
right
wanted
underneath.
to
I'm
know
sorry,
if
BronyCon stuff
Smashups-
came up.
Like here, I'll show we have a chat that exists right here. There's things
Oh,
that we
I
say.
saw it. I saw it.
I see something about moonshine and a 1967 Ford Fiesta.
Okay, it's further below that. Here,
Yeah,
look, I'll read the
so-
first one.
Go for it,
The
Parchi.
really new mop wants to know if smash-ups are like mashups plus parodies.
No, smash-ups are mashups plus Smashmouth.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your answer.
Specifically referencing the first album, right?
What?
What?
Specifically referencing, "Hey now, you're a rock star."
Yeah. Which was the overriding theme of the first Smash Up album.
Yeah, but there's still Smash Mouth. There's less in the second album. There's none in the third album, and I've got ideas for the fourth album, and I'm not sure how much Smash Mouth is going to be in it or not, but it is going to be humorous nonetheless.
All right.
And then
who
another
wanted
question
to take
was
the second question? Snow, did you want to do that? You
I'll
haven't
take
talked a
I'll
lot.
do it.
Okay. So
Let's see. Fritzy asked, "What was your inspiration behind Don't Come Back, Luna?"
I wanted to write a song that was really funky, and I like that. I didn't like that every song about Luna being banished to the moon was Celestia being sad. It's like, I don't know. I just wanted a song where she was like, "Sis, you're messing with the wrong princess," and that's what I did.
Nice.
Cool.
third question.
And I'm gonna go ahead and ask my final question. For the actually,
Save it. Save it till the very end.
other end.
No, we're not. I still got more questions.
Live episode. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So there was another
By
question.
the
that
way,
was
I
posted.
didn't make closing credits for this episode. Do you want to keep going until I have some ready?
No, that's fine.
No, that's bad. You can just end like we hit a brick
I do
wall.
have a song to take out from this, but yeah.
So
there's a
that is
couple
right.
questions.
We haven't asked him.
There's a couple questions here. The first one, which was also from Fritzy, asks, who exactly makes up Rarity the band aside from you and Elie? What other people are going to be involved in the project?
Well, Rarity at its heart is I'm the sole studio member, but I'm already booked for one con, which I can't talk about yet, but I am booked for one con, and whenever I do cons, I always have a band who I assemble from musicians going to that con or who live in that city, and so I think it's fair to include those people who show up in the touring band as band. But in terms of collabs I have coming up, the next single coming out is is Lady Aria on vocals. I have some stuff with Cyril the Wolf, with Stephen A.D., with DJ Calcos, with Feather, with Tarby, Sax Brony, and Rain Snow Hail does a lot of mixing on the tracks. So these are all cool people, and I'm doing a cover of a Griffinilla song too.
Yeah, you did some collaborations with Griff too.
Yeah, I did. He did a synth solo in Autumn Nights.
Yeah.
So.
For those that
Sweet.
don't realize, Griff or Griffin is one of the masterminds behind Friendship is Witchcraft, or the mastermind behind Friendship is Witchcraft, with Jenny Nicholson being the main voice talent with that. But
Yeah.
Six, did you want to ask the
yeah, I'll take this one. So, Steel Cores wanted to know, bass player or mini fridge?
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
It
go with,
means if you were
six.
to choose one, that you had to, like, I don't know, if you could have one and not the other
Like if you
For
made
your
a
your
band.
entire life.
In your band.
I don't think I don't want a bass player. I want a Barry sax player. That's what I want.
so
Oh.
mini fridge?
Ooh, so that is
Dude,
mini fridge
Barry
is just
Sachs,
Oh,
yeah.
two
flat out
baritone sax,
winning.
man.
There's no chance for bass player at this point. I mean, we could go 3 more seasons with,
But
and bass
real
player will
talk
never
here.
catch up.
Barry sax.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Those
awesome.
things are sexy. Like,
They are.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, they
They
are.
are.
They are indeed.
Like have bass guitar when you can have Barry sax.
I mean, I'd say have both, but
Or why not mix the two and just get a baritone guitar? Because those sound beautiful.
Is that
I mean,
even
they're
Or a
beautiful.
bass-
But
yeah, it's possible.
I mean,
They-
you can have a string instrument tuned to any key you want. Yes, you can make yes, it's possible. I
a
mean,
typical baritone guitar has a 28.5 scale length.
Huh.
Whereas a standard Fender length instrument will be 25.5. Facts.
I wouldn't mind a mini fridge. I don't have
Facts.
enough food to keep in my big fridge, so a mini fridge would be nice.
Yeah, it's just for drinks. Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right, Zeta.
What's
Mini
next?
fridge will hold your beers, but it won't buy your beers.
Neither will the bass player.
See, I was leaving it open for that.
He has a point.
The bass player will just drink your beer
Yeah.
Indeed.
and become inaudible.
It's like the inverse of buying beers.
Zeta, did you want to do our final question?
Sure. So as with most of our end of our videos, I'm going to go ahead and ask our final question. Julian, for someone who is looking to get into your style of music and maybe even like doing some of your mashups, what is some words of advice that you can give to new people? Also, actually, maybe with a change, maybe people, because like recently you're trying to, you kind of redefined yourself and your music. Maybe somebody who might feel lost, if you have any words of advice for them on finding themselves and their music and their own genre.
You make 100 bad songs with one.
This is true.
That is true.
And let me tell you what else. Only make music for yourself. The reason I made 3 albums of mashups is because they make me happy and I listen to them. So nobody else has to like them. They can be complete musical blasphemy, but they make me happy. So at the end of the day, make yourself happy with your music, and you're going to build yourself a very loyal fan base of people who like you and the stuff that you make. But if you're going to fake it, then you're going to have music you're not satisfied with.
That's one of the
And
best
that
answers
will
to that
show.
question we've ever
Yeah,
had.
that is.
Will show.
Good.
That's fantastic.
You.
So we had our tech talk, and then we had our IRC talk, and now we just had real talk.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, that was real talk.
it's fantastic.
Real
Yeah,
talk. Brought to you by a berry stacks.
it's a very wonderful way to end off the episode. I'm Julian. Thank you so
Also,
much for
send the
coming
song
on.
to EQD because I need to be popular.
I need to be
As popular as popular can be.
Oh.
And it was going so well.
I know, you did the real talk and then you just destroyed it.
Everything. went
Archie, don't
down.
kill my brain cells. I need those.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on and dealing with our craziness and
Yes.
being a willing victim for this live episode.
Our insanity.
No problem. It was fun.
Or berry punch.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
So
Julian, everybody.
Yeah, everybody applaud in the IRC.
in the
Go ahead,
IRC,
flood it.
God,
This is
Nobody
the
knows what it
saddest
was.
applause I've ever heard.
in the IRC, you're not supposed to hear it.
They're not even clapping. Okay, there we go.
Anyway.
Now we got people clapping. Good job.
Yay, clap! Oh,
I was
Archie was the
lots
first
of
one.
people clap. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Way to
Alright.
manipulate the
Okay.
chat there. Okay.
Yeah.
Lars, this is Goldfish says bug.
Anyway, so we are closing off for the night. Stay tuned to Everfree for the week because there's lots of awesome things playing. As usual, during a live episode, I don't want to tell you what those things are. So go to everfree.net/programs. You can check it out.
It's right up on the
We
middle
have
of
to
your-
usually,
right there.
so screw you. You get to do it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And until next week, this is
Snowblitz.
Beta.
Parchment scroll?
Starlight Iron Hoof.
6-string.
and Forest Rain. That was so well done. I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I think that's the first
okay.
time we've done a live one right.
I know, right?
I know. Snowden's group.
Smash script. Step
Well,
in more
last
often.
week I actually did that one on purpose, but this one I
I'm,
wanted
so I'm just
do it
throwing up
right
Autumn Nights' thing here. There's a song from Autumn Nights that I was just gonna play to take us out of here. So yeah, have a good night, everybody, and enjoy the song.
Good night.
Oh, wait, Julian.
Uh-huh.
We have an EOH main chat where we throw everybody that
You're
we
not
like.
supposed to
Still
ask this
alive.
on air.
Yeah, we're
still
still
alive?
alive.
Yeah,
now that
we're
you
still
said
alive.
wait, so I waited.
Oh, what?
You're terrible. We're going to a song.
doing.
Oh, I'm not jealous that your fame's not mine, but I can't do this if I can't be. I've got it all, I've got it all. I got everything that I want. Is this the place I hope to be? For now I hope it's not. I've got it all, I've got it all. Once a vision gleamed in my mind. A year ago I had this dream. It came true as I designed. I've been working on my art, tearing old mixes apart, grinding hoops down to the fog. Hotel rooms are just a fog, learning riffs that are too hard. Turn up piano, mute guitar, and left my mixer in its case. Drums are drowned out by the bass. I can't carry all this tech. Sound check's over in a sec. Crossfade snares can't reach that fret. I think I'm drowning in my sweat. We're good to go, we will survive. West Neon is he alive, and he's not here. We're running 6. I'll improvise a brand new mix. It's everything I once dreamed so bright-eyed. So why am I not satisfied? I like the taste, I can't lie. Think I'll take another bite. Is there a method I've not tried? I got an itch that I am right. So now I'm calm, I am calm, even though I feel so low. 'Cause every number has to end, and there's a cap to every show. I'm staying calm, I've got it all, screaming loud alone to vent. I still find my way to the after show, where the better DJs went. With all the rules they gave us, and the precedent that made us. If I was standing that tall, I'd rather dig my hooves down and get them dirty than fall. I've got it all, I've got it all. Am I the worst thing ever for wanting more? I've come so far and I'm on the edge of temptation. It's a war. I've got it all, I've got it all. Maybe now I'll be defined, not drifting through genre like a tumbleweed. But would it hurt to be so confined?